Why Outpost 1706 is Albuquerque's best kept secret. You're about to experience something next level. I'm tired of the same old bar, same old crowded spot, same old drinks. Yeah, we get it. We're about to take you into something a little bit different. Imagine a place where breathtaking views and handcrafted cocktails meet. A place where the energy of the city just melts away. Welcome to Outpost 1706, one of Albuquerque's best kept secrets, but not for long. Once you see what's inside, you're going to want to be here. So let's talk about location. It's not just tucked away in Old Town Albuquerque, it's floating above it. Perched on the second floor of Plaza Don Luis, it literally rises above the rest. Walking up, you're hit with the warm glow of string lights, the soft hum of conversation, and a view that honestly feels stolen from a travel magazine. Historic charm? Check. Modern energy? Absolutely. The kind of place that feels like an instant oasis? 1000%. The interior? A mix of rustic elegance, warm exposed wood, warm ambient lighting, and sleek modern touches. It's laid back but elevated, the place where you can relax but not lose that upscale feel. Let's take a moment to go talk to the owner, Pete, hear a little bit more about Outpost 1706 and some information on Old Town. So Pete, thanks for having us in today to spotlight your business.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. So tell us a little bit about what made you choose Old Town and the inspiration for Outpost.
You know, I grew up in Albuquerque and I would only come to Old Town when I had, like everybody else for the most part, we had relatives come into town. And I hated it. I was a kid, I didn't want to be here, there was nothing fun. And as I got older, you know, I started to appreciate, you know, the vibe of Old Town. But what really drew me to opening a business here was the opportunity. At Plaza Don Luis, where we're situated in, the owners acquired it about 4 years ago and then hired me to manage that plaza. This was an empty suite, and I was tasked with remodeling it and getting it out onto the market. My nephew at the time, Cody Huffmon, had expressed interest in opening up a restaurant that serviced a brewery, and this is pre-pandemic. And we looked at the space, and the owners of the plaza actually wanted a brewery up here, and we're courting some of the local places in Albuquerque. And we scratched the restaurant idea pretty quick, but because the space is unique, it's got amazing lighting, and you know, the windows, the view of the plaza, the view of the Sandias, the church. We thought, you know what, we love the vibe, we love, you know, the location. Let's take a run at it, and we did, and we built it out during the pandemic. A lot of people said we were crazy, right? But we knew once it was over, folks would come back. You'd want to be out, and what a better place than Old Town. And it worked out. We sat on it. We finished the construction remodel. Probably sat on it for 5 to 6 months because we couldn't open because of the restrictions. And once we did, it was off to the races.
Very nice. So tell me a little bit about the place that maybe somebody wouldn't know just Outpost 1706.
Yeah, you know, people look at the name and what's Outpost 1706? So interesting enough, right next to us is Noisy Water Winery, which was the original outpost established in 1706 along with the church. So that's the history behind it. For years, it was called the Basket Shop, and all the locals knew it as the Basket Shop from the previous owners of the plaza. And once it was purchased, it morphed into a mercantile wine shop, which is Noisy Water Winery. We pulled our name from that Outpost 1706 because we liked the history. And the owner's wife is really good at designing. They own Old Barrel Tea Shop. They own men in several different states, and she has a flair for it. And I was quickly fired from that part of the business, rightly so. But designed it was we felt it was very unique, and it was a huge. At first, it was a huge tourist attraction, like a lot of obviously foot traffic, especially during Balloon Fiesta and throughout the year. But we're really lucky the locals are starting to recognize that this plaza is a fun place to come to, and Outpost 1706 is a really nice place to hang out during the day or in the evening. It's two different vibes. During the day, it's laid back. It's, especially in the spring and summer, you can sit out on the patio, and then in the evening when the sun goes down, beautiful sunsets and the lights turn on around Old Town, the church, it's a whole different vibe. It's really nice.
What's your favorite thing about Old Town?
My favorite thing about Old Town? The sense of community. I'm a big sense of community person. I love this place. The kind of joke that I'm the mayor of Old Town. I protect it like no other. I do not want it to turn into anything other than what it is. I can walk around here in either the mornings or the evenings. I live close by. I live in Old Town, and I continually discover places where people are either living or businesses I didn't even know existed, little patios, coffee shops. So I do like that sense of community, and I also love the fact that I'm so close to, where I go to a place for breakfast or coffee, just walk there. It's just great. It's a little kind of microcosm, last kind of, island of hope in Albuquerque. That sounds a little too much, but we're really excited about it.
So tell me a little bit about your drink selection and what inspired that.
So everything's local. We only do New Mexico-crafted beer, wine, and spirits. And that's really where we base our drink menu from. And what's, I think, unique and great about our places, we've evolved. We carry local beers and ciders, but over the years, our spirits, our mixed drinks our cocktails have gotten really a lot more mature. So everything in there is fresh. The juices that we use, the lime, the grapefruit, the lemon, is all hand squeezed. Our cocktails are handcrafted, and so it's very fresh. And then on top of that, we make a lot of our own different liqueurs or mixtures that go into our drinks, which makes it a taste that much better. So we really do promote and sell only New Mexico crafted drinks or alcohol, but also too, we really take pride in how we put those together. So again, when we began this venture, it was pretty much 9 handles of beer and cider and 3 or 4 different mixed drinks. And now we've got a really diverse, vast menu where you can choose from, and we really get a sense from everything from the historic margaritas that we love to make and serve here in Albuquerque and in New Mexico, but also to some little more sophisticated drinks like the espresso martini and whatnot. So, and it's really nice because four times a year during the different seasons, we always come out with a new menu and update what we've done and try to continue to improve on that.
So, and you also have options for people that don't drink. So if they want to come hang out, and enjoy the ambiance, but they don't want to have an alcoholic beverage.
Sure, we do. We have a great non-alcoholic beverage menu and options. It's almost like you're getting the exact same drink, but just with no alcohol, right? It's not a watered down version. It's not just 2 ingredients. We really take the time to craft those non-alcoholic drinks the same as the others. So they look the same, they almost taste the same, and just minus the alcohol. So there's a lot of options there.
So tell me a little bit about the options for hosting events, or I mean, if somebody wants to host a party, or maybe a company wants to, like realtors, let's say, want to have an event for their clients, something of that sort.
Outpost 1706 is great for events. We recently expanded, which gave us more space, and there are more options. So we've been hosting events, especially since probably November of last year, on a larger scale. You can either rent out the entire bar, a bar buyout, or half the bar, which is nice. It helps to scale this to your party and your budget. But we definitely cater to a lot of different events that are held around the city, and that's always growing. And sometimes it's businesses, and other times it's folks that just want to have a birthday party or a promotional party or an engagement announcement, baby shower. So it's been real fun. We're starting to really generate a lot of interest because it's just a beautiful place to have an event. Plus, you can have the outdoor area, the patio area to expand on that. They're catered, so you can bring in any company that you work with or restaurant to cater those events. So it's been real popular.
How many people? What's the max?
You can get about 120 to 140 in here comfortably. Yeah.
Very nice. So being state police chief, what would make you open a bar?
Oh, great question. It is a pivot, right, from what I did and retired from. Yeah, just a little. I talked about sense of community, but I'm a people person, and I spent a long time in state government, and it was a great profession. I loved it, but it wasn't always a positive profession. Now I get to be around people like you that are excited about Albuquerque, and I love to share our city and our state. So we get a lot of tourists in here. And I love the fact that when locals come into our establishment, they're just shocked. They're shocked it's here. They'd missed it. And I grew up here and I had no idea that Bosque existed, right? Until I retired and moved down to the downtown Old Town area, and someone told me to check it out. I missed this my whole adult life. Like, wow, it's great. So what made me want to do it was, I guess, a sense of purpose, sense of community, and also to interact with folks that I don't have to have arrested. So for the most part, it's fun.
It's definitely a better experience.
It is, yeah. I meet a lot of fun people that just are excited to be here. Usually on vacation, business trips. We're super close to the hospitals, the convention center, Hotel Albuquerque. There's a lot of conventions there. Chaco, and a lot of folks will just walk down here to Old Town and discover Old Town at Outpost and actually love it. It's funny because when there's a conference going on, maybe it's a 3-day conference. First night, there are 3 or 4 people. I could see their name tags and I'll ask them, who are you here with? And they'll tell me the name of the conference. And then day 2, there's maybe 15 or 20. By the 3rd day, place is packed, which is awesome. So we love it.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Well, it's definitely a lovely spot. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, I did get to experience Old Town when I was younger. So I did get to experience it. Remember the Indian jewelry sitting out, and everybody, when the weather is nicer, you can walk around, and it's just the experience is just amazing. So
it is, yes, it is. Very nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for having us in.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Now let's get into what really matters, the drinks. Because let's be honest, if the cocktails aren't great, what's the point? Outpost 1706 doesn't do basic bar drinks. Everything here is crafted, not just poured. If cocktails aren't your thing, don't worry, they've got you covered. A rotating selection of local New Mexico craft beers. Also, hand-selected wines that pair perfectly with the vibe. So whether you're into hoppy IPAs, bold reds, or just a solid classic cocktail, this place delivers. This is Tara Diaz, your local real estate gal. If you'd like to hear about more spots like this, make sure you hit subscribe, like, and ring that bell, and I'll see you in the next video.